Brandon Waterman, apartment 207. We have a warrant for your arrest. It's the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. Come outside, do it now. We're not leaving, Brandon. I need you to come outside. Everything's gonna be fine. Brandon, come outside.
Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, there's a warrant for your arrest.
This person must have done something pretty serious, am I right? Well, the person they're looking for in this video here is actually me.
And the reason we're making this video is to warn others that even if you play by all the rules and don't break any laws, this can happen to you.
Sounds crazy, right?
It is crazy.
So we're going to break down the situation with the evidence to prove what we're saying is true and to prove that our warning is real. The situation originally started with an ex who wanted to start drama in our lives, called DCF and told them that our kids could reach psychedelic mushrooms that we were growing in our apartment. Mind you, this ex happened to know that I was attempting to grow legal mushrooms to start a legitimate mushroom growing business. So I did have some mushroom growing items inside the house, but all relating to oyster mushrooms. Oyster mushrooms were the only mushrooms that were growing in the house. 2 little containers that you buy from the grocery store, or this actually came from Home Depot, where it comes in the box. Cut open the bag and mist it, and mushrooms grow right out of them. They're made to be on your kitchen counter, and they're legal, edible, safe for human consumption of all ages, even children. And again, these are the only mushrooms growing in the house, is 2 containers of oyster mushrooms. So DCF shows up with law enforcement at 4 o'clock in the morning.
January 7, 2023.
What you just seen in the video with law enforcement knocking on the door is actually 7 months after the lab confirmed that there was no psilocybin in the house whatsoever. But 7 months prior to that, when they searched the home, they did a field test. DCF and law enforcement showed up and they seen the mushrooms, and because of the reports, it seemed serious, they field tested it, and because of a color code field test, either read wrong by law enforcement, or it was a faulty field test, given a false positive, which is known to happen. That morning on January 7th was just the start of all of this. Over the next 6 months, there were 2 more warrantless searches, one while they pointed guns at me in my parents' driveway, an arrest at a gas station for medication that I had a valid prescription for, and the charge still looms over my head, which has been over a year now, and I have submitted my proof of prescription when the charge first occurred, and I was told it would be dismissed as soon as I submit that proof of prescription, which it still has not. A traffic stop that turned into a beating, punched me in the face, choked me, gagged me with a pen, grinded my face into the asphalt, all while handcuffed. After being handcuffed while sitting in the driver's seat, they proceeded to do all of the rest of it. So these narcotic agents claimed child neglect based solely on their own falsified reports. And even after clarifying with their sergeant and calling them directly, which I have that on recorded phone call as well. They breached the door, pointed guns at the kids, and hauled me off to jail with a bond of just $100 because there was never any real danger. 16 officers, 2 K9s, and a $100 bond. It doesn't add up. This whole situation is literally enough to cause you to question your sanity. You may have seen or heard of Making a Murderer on Netflix. I feel like this situation is, we call it like creating a criminal. They literally painted me in the light of a criminal, and therefore it seems to have stuck. The narcotic agents, Merkle and Holst, misidentify our family pet toad, which was an albino Pac-Man toad. Very significant difference from a buffa toad that they insinuated as it was, stating that it produces hallucinogenic properties. And the mushrooms misidentified as psilocybin when they were oyster mushrooms, and liquid tie-dye that we haven't even got into yet, that we will soon, that was found locked in the garage separate from the house, so it really has no relation to child neglect, but they are trying to claim that it had DMT in it. But come to find out that some tie-dyes do have trace amounts of DMT, and so do other common items like oranges and lemons. But you're talking trace amounts, not a usable narcotic, so that's where it makes a difference. And as a narcotic agent, especially multiple narcotic agents, you would think they're trained on these type of things and to be able to tell the difference of what is legal or illegal. The judge here in our local courts finally agreed that the search was unconstitutional, yet DCF and law enforcement still act like we are psychedelic kingpins. If you're a parent, a veteran, a law-abiding anything, you need to know how little it takes to lose everything, or perhaps the nothing it can take to lose everything. And we watched our kids cycle through 3 daycares because of all the DCF case management and relocating 2 separate times. And that really doesn't align with the school schedule. A federal civil rights suit is on file now. We're pro se, but we've got the receipts to prove everything we're saying. But despite all of this we've gone through, we want to make this channel not just about fighting back and justice, it's about growing forward, which I really have learned to do. I've studied practically every religion, trying to figure out, which religions hold more truth or feels more right for me anyway, personally. And while the system tries to break us, I have went inward, deep into science-based spirituality is what I have found resonates most with me. It's more open-minded, more broad way of looking at spirituality or higher power. And that's how Search was born, S-U-R-C-H, which we created search.website, S-U-R-C-H.website, which is an acronym for Spiritual Understanding and Research for Cosmic Healing.
Conscious studies, quantum physics, and practical tools to become a better person.
Expand your mind, heal your life, also connecting to deeper purpose and meaning in life. If you've ever said church isn't for me, Search might be. We share peer-reviewed studies showing thoughts influence matter, meditations that can calm courtroom anxiety, and weekly live Q&As where everyone's belief system is welcome. On search.website, there's free resources, and we're creating a community forum, and it's educational, fact-based, and meaningful. Because honestly, I've managed to keep a calm, steady, and even positive peace of mind despite going through all of this chaos, which has been a real test of faith, a real test of self-mastery. This can happen to you. And we're building Search so we all remember we're more than just case numbers in a situation like this. We are consciousness in motion. If you made it this far in the video, we really want to thank you. There's honestly too much to unpack in just one video, so if you want to know more about this story as it unfolds, it will be in our upcoming YouTube videos, so please subscribe to our YouTube. And if you're able to help us or support us in our mission, you can scan the QR code on the screen now to check out our new GoFundMe page. Thanks again, and remember, you matter.